Welcome back to You Decide Podcast, the podcast where we provide the perspective you didn't ask for, fellas. Back at it again, week two.
We are back.
Just quickly, I want to hear how your week has been so far. One word, sum it up for me. Make it short, sharp, and straight to the point.
Timothy week.
Timothy. That's 2 words. All right. We're off to
a
Great start.
Great start, Aaron.
The tone.
One word, Timothy week.
One word, losses. I'll tell you why in a bit.
Jeffrey?
Disappointed. And I'll tell you guys in a bit as well. Or maybe I could just tell you now. But.
Yeah, no. We'll get to it. Mina, what's your word for the week?
I have to go with hectic.
Ooh.
Hectic man. Positive week for my man.
Yeah.
Man. Sounds productive.
Yeah. It sounds like we actually didn't get a text from you over the weekend. Bro, it's been cold. It has been freaking cold. Hey. And I don't know if it's my old age or I'm starting to feel it in my bones just a bit more.
Almost 40.
Soon to be 26, man. I cannot believe how time is flowing by.
Yeah.
Anyways, boys, last week we had a good catch up, and shout out to everyone who tuned in. Shout out to everyone who engaged and dropped a comment or a like. We appreciate it. This week, we have a few topics we are going to discuss. A few bones to pick, I think.
I got a bone to pick.
So, before we get into that, I know that we briefly touched on the Rugby World Cup last week, and it's going to be, I think, a staple feature just a little bit in our pods leading up to the World Cup, because we just can't go past that.
Yeah,
I know
for
it's
sure.
not YDP sports, but Rugby World Cup, boys. How are we feeling? Some squads have been named. Some people have been, some big names been left out of the teams. What are your thoughts or feelings going into the World Cup this year?
I think the World Cup's going to be interesting because the Northern Hemisphere teams, they've been on one lately. And the Saffers, they always show up during the World Cup. Yeah. You can never count them out. I'm quite optimistic for the All Blacks though. Undefeated this year so far, and hopefully we can take that form into the World Cup. There was a few controversies with the All Black selections, as there always is. The Sean Stevenson, Brad Webbers, your Joe Moody's, players like that not being selected, but I think the squad is solid. Everyone is in form, in my opinion. That game against the Wallabies really showed that our spine is set with Aaron Smith, Richie Moanga, and Barrett at the back.
Yeah.
I love D-Mac, and D-Mac is one of my favourite players, but yeah, I think he's a spark plug off the bench, so
Yeah.
I seen D-Mac just the other night, actually.
Out.
Yeah, dapped him up.
You still go out.
D-Mac, if you want. he actually came up.
Is he that small in real life?
He is. He's tiny, but he's so recognizable. I seen him at HQ the other night.
HQ.
Ooh, what are you doing there not inviting us?
Where's HQ?
You guys were out.
The Viaduct.
The Viaduct.
Wow, Chris, eh?
Stop
You're
for a
still
little.
going out.
Sounds
your
expensive.
Your old age.
Sounds above my paycheck stuff.
No, we just went to watch the Warriors beat the Tigers, and that was good fun.
That was
We'll
good.
get to that.
Yeah, that was an average game.
No, yeah, same. It's that All Black squad is a business as usual kind of squad for me. I honestly think they're gonna take it out. Just going off.
You have been saying that a lot.
Yeah, I honestly like the squad, and like you said, they've gone undefeated so far. Some of the Northern Hemisphere teams have had some shock losses over the weekends, like previous weekends.
Right.
Like France losing to Scotland,
England
losing.
to
But I'm not taking those games to,
Mm.
as they are or as the results they were. I don't know if they made sense, but
almost just a tad.
But the squads like Australia, those are some shock ones, leaving out
Cooper.
experience and Cooper and Hooper.
I'm guarded.
And and some notable omissions from the Manu Samoa squad. That Bo's
Yeah.
gonna tell us about.
Hey.
Come on, you were just talking about it off air.
Yeah, you literally said that they're
All
gonna
I
come second in
know
the pool.
that come World Cup time, it's GTM, baby. It's go the Manu all the way.
That's good.
But by default, because we stay in New Zealand, go the All Blacks.
Yeah, second team.
Maybe we'll, A and B, not really 1 and 2. But yep, there's been some notable selections or non-selections for the Manu going into the World Cup. Experienced campers like Tim Nanai has been left out of the squad. We also had our former captain and Jack Lamb. Then some other notable misses as well. The brother Ray, unfortunate to miss out this tournament, but either way, it's always go the Manu, and I know that they'll be excited for the team preparing for the World Cup.
I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at the pools.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of looking at these now. Any thoughts on how the pools panned out?
Yeah, Samoa's in a pool of death.
Is it Pool A play Pool B?
Samoa's definitely in a pool of death.
Yeah.
Samoa have Japan, Chile, Argentina, and England.
That's
okay.
the pool of death.
I don't know. Pool B is a tough pool.
What's the?
Is that
who's
Tonga's
in
pool?
That's Tonga's pool. South Africa, Ireland, Scotland, Tonga, Romania.
Oh, that's tough as well.
That's a tough pool.
Like that's what 3. I don't know.
Top
what the
10
standings
teams?
Are, but that's top 10 teams. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
in one pool.
So
That's true.
that's crazy because, yeah, I
Only
think
the All
and
Blacks-
Fiji's pool as well is quite tough. But I'm tipping Fiji to.
Man, I love Fiji during the World Cup.
Right.
I
They're
love watching
always
Fiji
like
during the World Cup.
they're under the radar, but they always overachieve. Like,
The way they play is entertaining. It's good to watch.
Yeah.
It's not your boring, just structured. They
Go
like
on.
to hold the
What
ball on
countries?
one hand.
What countries?
Huh?
What countries said?
South Africa, Springbok rugby for ya.
England.
Nah, but that's I honestly see Samoa having a good chance in their pool, even though it's pool of death. We're able to get over Japan, which is not an easy win. If we could get through Japan, or we should, and then Argentina and England. If I were to pick a team that probably we could get over, I'm looking at England, just based on their recent form. But it's World Cup, so all those big teams are they're coming to play.
They
So
come to play.
it's not by any stretch gonna be easy, but
Okay.
like, surely.
No, that's good, and that's a good point to finish on and to wrap up our World Cup chat.
Bro.
But I just wanted to just quickly, what are, and these have to be your own memories, okay? Not the memories that you heard of. Like, don't give me, the 1991. Like, no, none of you guys were born.
Okay.
Your greatest World Cup memory that you had watched on TV or witnessed yourself. And I'll start because I'll pick up where Bo left off with Japan. I've seen some really cool, like, there's some mean World Cups, but that Japan South Africa game, like, I was cheering like it was Samoa and New Zealand for Japan to win that day.
Yeah.
And I think in recent memory, that's probably one of my favorite World Cup
standouts.
You
like
see,
World Cup moments.
Habana came out and said that's one of the most devastating losses he's ever been a part of.
Damn.
That says it all, eh? Because he's played a lot of games, and if he said that's one of the most devastating losses, then.
But that whole World Cup campaign for South Africa was just not. It was not the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, from a South African team, they're normally really on.
What about you guys? What would be your, if you could think in recent times, what was your number one Rugby World Cup moment?
Samoa beating Wales in 1991. Does that count?
95.
Just saying.
95.
I just said.
95
Don't
as
name
well.
anything you weren't alive for.
Can I say Tony Woodcock's try against France in the line-out when one of the most innovative line-out moves I've seen in a while?
Bro, Tony
That was
that was like 13 years ago.
well.
Shout out, wait, hold on. Shout out Tony Woodcock. He's the one All Black, I promise you right now, he's the one All Black that I have a signature on a hat.
What?
Like the most, you know what I mean?
So random.
eh?
That is
That is
so
random.
random.
That is
I
random.
know, but he's like the one I was trying to
That's
pass.
Tony Woodcock.
I was trying to throw my hat. I was like 9 years old, trying to throw my hat to Joe Rock, and it fell.
It went to the goat.
It gave it back
It went to the
greatest.
goat.
Little did I know
Wait,
that he would be the champion.
Yeah, the greatest
what World
loose
Cup
head.
was that?
11.
11. Yeah, sorry, that was memorable.
Shout out to Kaipara. That's
Mine,
where the
mine,
bro's from.
Is he from Kaipara?
Yo,
my memory comes from the same game and in the same year, obviously. It's Stephen Donald kicking the goal to pretty much seal it for New Zealand.
Yeah.
New Zealand were out 4 fly halves. 3 fly halves, and he was the 4th to come in. And he was out white baiting by the dock going to the white caddy.
just the week before.
And if you've seen, I think it's called A Weight of a Nation.
Yeah.
It's like a documentary on that World Cup.
Legendary, man.
Imagine that,
it's so gunny.
You're just at home picking your nose, and then next thing you know, you're on the world stage.
Yeah.
They talk about it. Graham Henry talks about it. He's
Yeah.
like, he rings up Stephen Donald. He's like, what are you up to? He's like, I'm just white baiting down here in white caddy.
Fuck 'em tough. Oh, yeah.
And then he was like, he goes, if you bring some of that white bait to room 3 in Auckland, you'll play in the World Cup final.
Man, that's crazy.
That's a Himothy
That's a
moment.
story.
That's
Yeah.
Timothy.
Oh,
I mean, he comes on with his jersey too tight, like
Yeah.
small.
That's how crazy was it that we might not ever see the World Cup come back to New Zealand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there are some memories in that World Cup. I've been to a few games in that World Cup.
Can we go to Mato Slips on this one?
Mato Slips.
Mato Slips, can you
I think
chat to us about?
World Cup final, Matua.
Oh, yeah.
World Cup final. So they screened the games out in town.
You remember at the
And-
Cloud?
at the Cloud.
Oh
and
no,
then
Aaron, you're still in Australia.
at the Cloud out here, they had screens to watch the
Oh.
game, and it was packed. The closing of the World Cup was.
And
it
what
was
does this
chocolate
have to
in
do with
Were
Matua?
you like 12 then?
Matua was on a roll that night. But my World Cup moment would be the Australian final in 2015. Where we beat when Nolan scored that try.
Burton
It was
Barrett.
on. I remember that day vividly because Aaron and I were working. Aaron and I had work the next so that Sunday morning. It was late. It was a late Saturday night or early Sunday morning game, and we had work the next day. And everyone and boss specifically sent the text to do not come late. Don't stay to watch the game. Aaron and I just stayed and watched the game. I stayed behind and watched the game. Rocked up late.
we got the stairs of
And
doom.
everyone, the whole team just stared at us. I'm not sorry.
Yeah, well worth it.
We're
Well worth
missing-
it. Yeah.
We're
Hey, that was
missing World Cup
history.
history.
Yeah.
Going back to back.
When the whole country stops and stands in the moment, and you want to say work, and you want to say work for what? Every other man in the country is watching this game.
And you want us at work.
To put up a monkey.
Shout out to Brasco and
Shout out
Stones.
to the boys.
Brasco, listen to these guys.
Honest living, like what Aaron said last week. He's making an honest
And then also
living.
that we were we were
hey.
on our way to work. We stopped and had a feed.
It just felt like we didn't even win the World Cup.
Yeah, that's so we ought to celebrate.
Speaking of World Cups, though, the FIFA Women's World Cup is currently on, and Matilda's won a penalty
Tilly's baby.
shootout
Did I
against
call it?
France.
Did I call it or what?
No, when did you call it?
What do you mean? I was talking about my favorite player, Sam Kerr.
Name another player. Go.
Wayne's brother?
No, you're sick.
Or sister, sorry. But yeah, so Matilda's won 7-6 in a penalty shootout, right? My question I want to bring to you guys is, what is the greatest climax in sports? Pause. But what's the greatest sporting climax in terms of
Sorry.
hey, get your heads out of the gutter, all
Reword
right?
that question right quick.
Okay, you got 5 seconds. Reword.
I'm gonna edit that out. Reword it. What's the? I don't know how to
Pinnacle.
reword it. Yeah, but it's not like a pinnacle because that's not what I'm asking.
Or the greatest build up.
the greatest.
Greatest climactic moment in sport. Thank you, Chris.
That's
Thank
the
you. But can you guys get your heads out
Well,
of the
you
gutter?
give us your.
For example, right? hitting a buzzer beater in Game 7, right? That's what I'm asking. So what do you guys think the greatest is? Because Australia literally won by the last penalty shootout, 1-on-1, a kicker versus the goalie. That's pretty up there, right? But I'd say for someone like myself, seeing a game winner, Game 7, buzzer beater in the NBA Finals, that's probably the greatest for me.
Nice.
What are you?
What's your
what are you
climactic
guys?
point?
What's your climax?
What had you climaxing in sport?
I don't know. Hey, I guess.
Because Golden Point, it's like it's nice, but it's not like the best.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
I think I'd have to agree with you. Probably a buzzer beater. Eh? Probably get me over the top.
Just edge you on. Mine has to be something with combat sports. Like, and because the thing I believe, like, I know that, yes, you look at a fighter, you look at their fight history, and you look at their skill set and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the thing about a fight is that you still have a puncher's chance.
Right.
And, like, because I'm thinking about this fight that nobody asked for, Adesanya and
Sean
Strickland. Like, doesn't interest me at all. The only thing that interests me about it is it's style bender.
Yeah.
Right.
But the fact that, you know, Strickland still has, I don't know if anyone's sitting here thinking like style bender might lose this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Israel's gonna wipe the floor with this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I
for sure.
loved the fact that you put that all on the line and that you may just get knocked out.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And we've seen it happen heaps of times. Like, I mean, Anthony Joshua, right?
Yeah.
His fight with Andy Ruiz, which no one thought that Andy Ruiz was gonna win.
True.
I mean, you look at both of them, and the fact that he wins,
He was dropped.
he was
and
dropped,
then wins it,
and wins it. Like, oh man, any of those kind of moments, like greatest in
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a last second knockout, eh?
Oh,
Well, that-
man.
Like that Izzy versus Calvin Gaslam the
Yep.
first time
Yeah.
they fought.
Yep.
Or even Izzy and Alex, their first in the
Pereira.
UFC.
Yeah.
He dominated for 4 rounds, and then Alex got him in the last round.
Yeah,
So knocked him.
exactly. So it can turn that fast in combat sports. So that's a good pick, brother. Bo?
Mine would be when you hit a hole in one in golf.
Oi.
What's that like?
You know that, but you know the chances of getting a hole in one in golf is like,
Yeah.
it's like
zero
one
to
in
none, Yeah.
a million
Yeah. that's
chances
true.
that you'll get that. Okay, maybe a little bit less, but like those who like not even the greatest like golfers in the world could
That's right.
like
that's
oh
true.
I'm gonna get a hole in one in this drive. Like,
Is that a
so-
climactic moment though?
yes, very.
Like
Moving on,
Wait,
thank
let
you
me let me give you a few that were snubbed. Like
No challenger.
hitting
Just
hitting a kick from the sideline to win the game.
Nah.
Do you not think that's climactic?
But how many
Or
times do
catching
you
a
hit
s-
a kick from the side in the season?
Yeah, that's true. But
thank you.
it's your favorite moments, or even like a game-winning field goal in NFL.
Look, I've only watched one game of golf. Okay,
He's expanding his horizons, Jeff.
And they had Steph Curry in
I'll
it.
take
yeah,
that.
they had Steve Curry in it. Okay, nah, but just it's crazy how
Yeah, it's really it's rare.
how rare
it's
it
rare.
is. So
That's true.
maybe a
I'll
real
give that one
moment
to you.
could be
I'll give that one
but
to
there's
you.
no real build up to it because no one's expecting to get a hole in one. But when you do, it's like, bro, you're pretty. You're Himothy.
I'm assuming that's when you hit the ball from far away and it just goes straight in.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm learning here.
Yeah, you already knew that. I don't know.
No, I
what you're
just thought
asking.
like I don't some of the terminology in golf. Actually, in any sport that's not rugby or rugby or someone getting punched in the head, it's just
If you said kick from the side, so anyone else is probably thinking like combat sport. So
That's true.
and that's enough sports because
Too much.
we
sports.
have a few other things we need to discuss and time is running.
Yep.
So Jeff, what do you have? What do you bring to the table?
I wanted to bring
to our empty table.
I wanted to bring this to you guys, all right? I was scouring the internet as you do,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, and I came across this headline, this post, and it says, "Woman with 9 months left to live asks husband if she can sleep with ex one last time." And I wanted to bring forth this discussion, right? So the context behind this is the wife has a terminal illness, right? And the husband asked her what she wants to do as her dying, like for her dying wishes, right?
Yeah.
And one of them was she asked if she can sleep with her ex one last time. This was on a Reddit post, so and then it got reposted on Instagram. And the husband, he posted it, and then he deleted, but that someone else picked it up. So, yeah, it's hard because he says he wants to support her, right?
What does he mean by one? What does it mean by one last time?
Like, you know,
Like,
just
you
for
know,
old time's
like
sake.
for old time's sake kind of thing. But like it says here, you know, the husband, he was obviously hurt, and he was upset that he got asked this, but also wants to respect his wife as she is terminally ill.
How is she even in contact with him? That's like,
Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, no,
you know what?
Wait,
I
I think my question is,
would you
would you obviously let
honor her wishes.
Would you honor her wishes? And
I
what would you
mean,
do if you
hell
were the husband? What would you? How would you feel? What would you do if you were the husband?
I'm pulling the plug, bro.
hell no.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
You
with
know-
Mina on that one. She belongs to the streets if she's thinking like that.
You know what?
The only thing though is it might in her will and she have a lot of money. She belongs to the streets.
Man, like that's definitely not a Samoan couple way.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like
That's
I've been looking after you, sucking you.
It's definitely a moral and an ethical thing, eh? But
But
yeah,
like,
it's-
I mean, come on, she's gonna die.
Bro, we're all gonna die.
I think when I read through the comments, it's mixed reviews. It's mixed comments,
Yeah,
because some people are saying, you know, like she is dying, you should grant her
hell
final
no.
wishes.
That's
But
how
then
effed
people
up
are
this
saying,
world is.
but then people are also saying, you know, don't let her disrespect you like that. You should leave her. So that's why I was kind of like, what would the boys think about this?
Well, I mean, like, I wouldn't let my wife do that, but I mean, yeah, let your wife sleep.
That's your thing.
Listen. Because here's the thing. I know what I saw this too, and I seen one comment like, she's gonna sleep with her ex one last time and die, and then you have the rest of the world to sleep with. That's the thinking. That's the thinking that these people have.
That's not what I was thinking.
You know,
exactly that.
and I think that's what's wrong with this world.
That's a lame excuse.
And
Great save, Chris.
No,
great
but
save.
be honest, it's to death do us part, and unless you're dead, I mean, you can do what he wants when you're dead. But you know, like, hell no. It's
Yeah.
not today. Like,
Yeah.
that is not on. But what if the shoe was on the other foot, and you were dying, and
I will die in peace.
I would die.
I
Yeah.
will die in peace.
Yeah.
Love my family.
good
and
answer. See, all their partners are watching this right now. That was a test.
No. You know what perspective I want to get? You're the ex. How do you feel about this?
It's a tough place to be in, eh?
That's tough.
You're the
man.
ex, and your ex-girlfriend or wife, for whatever reasons,
You gotta also remember, like, these are different people, like different.
you gotta respect their
backgrounds.
marriage. Eh? Come on.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
Or you really hated the new
Sorry.
husband.
Aaron,
and this was your chance.
Aaron and Mina have gone really quiet.
I'm just really uncomfortable in this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the whole
Bring back
point of why I
memories.
wanted to bring forward to this discussion. So
Wait, what if the wife asked to have a threesome with your ex?
Now
Where are we going with
Now we're
that?
just going way off.
fantasy.
now we're just going into your
Okay.
sick mind.
Really
Let me
speaking
wrap this
hard.
up. If that's
Never
you and your ex,
You know,
you're wanting to sleep with your ex,
Do it.
we're
What advice
revoking.
would you give a husband?
We're revoking your mic privileges for that.
Bro,
The
you
one
can't
time we
tell.
give him a mic, he
Yeah.
goes crazy.
He comes in with a threesome. All right.
Nah, let's wrap this up.
No,
man.
no, seriously. You tell, like, I'll stand by the husband, like, also, you know, this is not the one.
Yeah,
And I know
don't
she's
fall.
dying.
What
But
what if
But
what if she had $1 million and you're on her will? What are you doing then?
Hold on, but the
No, I'm just saying.
what it matters to you?
Does that matter to you?
No.
No.
She had $1 million for
She's
you.
gonna bribe you to sleep with someone
She's
else.
gonna die. You get $1 million. No, I'm not saying this is what I do, but I'm
I
asking
don't
you. I'm asking you what we do.
I don't think we're talking about what we would do, but in this case,
For the
with
husband.
his wife passing away in 9 months,
Don't let.
what should he do?
Don't let
Yeah.
her.
And
Let me
what
tell you
advice
one
would you
time.
give him? What
Don't
advice would
let-
you
Yeah,
give
this
him
is
if
the
you were
thing.
talking to him?
There is more to life than what the wife wants. Okay,
Mhm.
there are more ways to please her and make her happy with the 9 months that she has left. If you have kids involved, then even better. But there's more to celebrate with your wife, who is terminally ill and has 9 months left, than what she's asking for.
Amen.
And if you can't, you can't persuade her, and if you can't show her that the meaning of life more than what she's asking, then run.
Send
Yeah.
it back to the streets.
Then honestly, then
Because
do whatever.
Like, let's say
Pull the plug.
he says no to her, but now he has to live with the fact that he knows she wants to sleep with the ex-husband or the ex-partner. Sorry.
Or he lets her do it, and he lives with the fact that she just slept with her ex.
So
She doesn't
you're-
live with
So either way, he's in a lose-lose situation.
The fact
So
that she
imagine
brought
in-
this up.
So
the
imagine
issue.
in 9 months, God rest her soul, but like at the funeral, and so who's doing the eulogy? Like
the ex.
The ex, like
the ex.
no, you know
the
what?
ex had the final say.
What you know what would be more messed up is like the 9 months come and go and she's still alive. Got him.
She was just doing it so
Oh my
she
gosh,
could get one back
I'm
with the ex.
But if there's $1 million involved,
That's all that
Guys,
matters.
think about the $1 million.
You know what? You let her do it, and then you get like the day before she's gonna die. You get the last laugh, and you say, "I'll go with your sister," and then let her die. And she knows that memory's in her. Memory bank
I
forever.
think it's, I think it's an
For a day,
interesting
for a day.
conversation.
Memory bank forever. 12 hours.
nah, this is that's wrong on so
If
many
she's
levels.
asking that in the first place, also.
Just
I don't-
ain't-
I can't remember who was
wasted your
it. Was it Danelle Lewis who said, "I don't save hoes. Save your money and your time, okay, and run." Because hell no.
So we all agree, say no,
Say no.
and
Say no.
just live with it.
As a married man whose wife is watching this, I do not agree with it.
if you ever. Nah, that's
It's interesting though.
I like
interesting.
that. I like that. I like that.
That was
Um,
a good one.
I'm gonna shoot.
Thank you, Jeff. That was
I'm gonna shoot it straight to Paul to follow that one up.
How do you follow that? My one comes from. Actually, I have a few talking points that I might, throw out there. But my one firstly was, my one firstly is, when have you ever felt like, man, this is just not fair? It's not fair. You know, it's not fair.
Give us some
The
context.
backdrop. Let me paint the backdrop to this is, school rugby, secondary school rugby.
Uh-huh.
Over the weekend, the 1A Auckland comp.
Speaking to myself right now.
So, first place St Kitts played fourth place La Salle in their semi-final to go through to win the comp. They drew. It was lock. I think it was 22 or 24 full time. There's no extra time. And then they go to the results of their earlier game in the season to determine who wins. So obviously St Kitts got over La Salle earlier on in the season, and they win and go through to the final. And I've seen some stuff online, and I was thinking myself as well, it's just unjustic.
Yeah.
It's just not fair.
Super.
Okay, but
unjust.
apparently it's been a rule, it's been a law for the game, in secondary school at the secondary school level for years. Like that's always been the case. Yeah. So if they drew earlier on in the season as well, then they go to the first try scorer of that game.
Wait, someone from Auckland Rugby, can you explain this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's the
I
reasoning
only
behind that.
yeah like you can't go overtime. I know that for a fact that you can't go overtime in school rugby games because of the health and safety reasons. You can only play 70 minutes.
there you
Yeah,
go.
so there's no extra time.
I was just about
for,
to say.
for health and safety reasons, there's no extra time. But man, like, when did you ever feel like, damn, It's just not fair.
That whole
Wow.
situation, like I was just about to say, like could have been prevented if there was overtime. Like that was it. But now that you've mentioned the health and safety, even though they've been playing 70 minutes, beating each other up,
But that 71st minute, don't
Yeah.
you dare.
don't let it get to don't let it get to
Don't you dare.
overtime. Don't you
I
dare
mean,
make
it's not
an
like they
extra
played
5 minutes.
80 minutes probably at their clubs too.
Yeah.
These guys are all bloody
And
first 15, 1A.
Yeah,
The top
yeah.
of the cream of
I
the
mean,
crop
if you
in
ask the
school
boys
rugby.
themselves, they'll go another five minutes.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Easily.
But
Easily.
the rules are the rules. You cannot
Yeah.
go past.
Hard luck, Lascelles.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be sports related, but when in life, just in general, when we're like, damn, it's not fair.
Mm.
Well, mine is sports related.
Julius.
It was another school game that we had, and it was I think we had about 6 weeks. We had a new South African PE teacher, and he was real passionate about rugby. So we had gone from playing league for 1 year to going into rugby.
Yeah.
To rugby. So we had about 6 weeks of training, and we still didn't have anyone to verse. And so after one training, he came up to us, all the boys, and he said, "I've got you guys a game." I was like, "Oh yeah, nice." And then he goes, "Oh, it's against Marsden, who hit the School of Knox, who have Cameron Smith, Rizzo Folau, all those boys come from there, Corey
Wow.
Parker." So we rocked up to Marsden say hi to play them, and because it's a league school, right? So no one plays union there, and to our understanding, they were just gonna play a bunch of boys that don't not in their league system.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we turn up on the field, and I could already count like about 4 or 5 future NRL stars in that team. And one of there's a few boys there. Shout out to Paddy. He's playing in Wigan Warriors at the moment.
Ooh,
Caleb Timu, he was ex-Wallaby. Now
yeah.
I think he's retired, or I don't know where he is. But there was a few of them in that squad, and I looked over to Eric, my mate.
To my boys, like,
Look over to Josh. We're just like, huh? Yeah, I think we got pumped like 50 something to 5. Like,
oh,
Well,
he's
these
got
are
on the
all
ball.
leagueies,
yeah,
eh?
and Eric scored. I only tried. He actually wanted me to tell you guys that.
Ah.
he messaged me to say
So-
that he scored. I
Let the
only
records
tried.
show.
Man,
Yeah.
that's
And we were like, bro, this is unfair.
That is unfair.
That's unfair of your coach to put you in that situation, but
Mm.
also just the friends you hang out with. That's that's such an unfair advantage. That's a very unfair disadvantage. But yeah, that's
Really.
unjustic, coach.
Oh man, I think I've told this story before. Maybe I haven't. Aaron and I worked together
Mhm.
a few years ago. We all had our work bonuses. I think I have told the story before. A few years ago, we had our work bonuses come out. And Aaron was happy as, opens up his envelope, sees how much he's getting. The man's happy as. I haven't received my envelope at this point, right? I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to get a good one, eh? Open it up. I was like, comparing it to Aaron's, and I went home fa'ali'i as. I was like, I'm sure I do more work than that guy. Unfortunately, with the work system, you don't get paid on how hard you work. You get paid for how long you work.
They change your whole mindset of work. Hey,
Yeah, that just made
That's
me
not
want.
my job.
you
I'm
come
not
in.
doing it.
And I know my boss watches this sometimes, so
and you know what? I believe that because Jeffrey is like probably the purest guy who just come in
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna work hard and they'll pay me well.
He still works every Saturday.
He still works
I'll
every
do all my
Saturday.
work in 4 hours.
oh man, that was
yeah, that's
unfair.
tough, eh? Life's tough sometimes.
Especially if it's your mate and you're like, and you see he's getting more than
Wait,
you're
was
like,
it like was it a noticeable difference? Like,
oh,
okay.
noticeable difference, like
Oh,
yeah, like,
that's
noticeable. I don't want to get into
Don't
specific
get
amounts,
it,
but
yeah.
yeah, noticeable, and it made me finally years that day. But you know, Aaron and I are still friends now, so
And you're still friends with this guy.
yeah, still
What a
friends.
guy, eh?
Just a forgiving guy.
You're that guy, Jeff. Everyone needs you as a friend. Chris?
When you brought this up, I couldn't help but it's been on my heart. Because it happened twice now, I'm telling you.
What's bread and
Oh
They-
no,
they
not
have
once, but twice.
They have it up for us. Mine's sports related too, but
Yeah.
you know, a few of our teams just just getting some unjustic
Calls,
I'm telling you, unjustic calls, and just made me question.
Yeah.
The Auckland Rugby, you have some explaining to do.
They have a lot of explaining to do. eh?
Oh, I think it's all
Auckland-
rugby. Yeah.
Auckland Basketball Association, you got some explaining to do over here.
You sound like
Name
you sound
and
like the
shame.
Warriors of earlier this year.
They're rubbing off on me. No, seriously, mine was like, honestly, I threw the biggest fit last year in our basketball team.
Mm.
And remember I was telling you guys, I was like, sweet, finished second on the table. Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to the church. Like,
We're getting our
Circle
rings,
my
baby.
boys, like, this is what the hard work has been for. Only to find out that third place was going ahead of us because they beat us earlier on in the season.
What?
So even though we finished second on the table, third place actually beat us.
How does that
earlier.
even
That
work?
doesn't make
They
any
said it was
sense.
on it was a head-to-head thing. Like,
Technicality.
yeah,
Oh my
so
gosh.
Nah,
we
that's
finished-
sus. Man.
we finished ahead, and then I saw the draw come out, and I go, oh, they made a mistake. We're playing for third place.
Oh, look, can't
yeah,
be.
yeah. So I had the guy follow up. I also followed up college sports,
Yeah.
and nah, they came back and they're like, you guys did finish second on the table, but head to head, you guys lost to third place earlier in the season. At a game that I wasn't there because I was mourning the loss of a family member.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Way to rub salt in the wound.
Wait, did you guys finish like obviously more wins than they did, or was it the same sort of wins?
Yeah, we did. That's how we
They
finished.
came second.
We came
They're
second.
above them.
Yeah, you could be second on
yeah,
points
yeah.
differential.
Yeah. So we came second on the table, but because they beat us
Earlier on in the
earlier
year.
on in the season, that was the reason.
they
So
had-
what
they
happens if 8th place beats
First place.
any of the top 3
Yeah.
teams?
That's exactly what I said.
So there had to be a team that you guys beat that they didn't beat, right?
Yeah, probably like 3rd place for
Yeah.
any team.
Too many technicalities,
You
man.
know,
Yeah.
you know what?
Just make
I
it
guess
simple.
the learning here is read the rules. Read the rules,
Nah,
people.
we're not folding
Read
like
the
that.
rules.
College sport, be better. Okay?
Not just
Nah, we
those
appreciate
rules,
your
like
work.
The game rules.
But that was one of those moments that, like, after, okay, you know, and the team didn't even care. They were over it like the next day, and
And you're still
we
You're still
a year
pumped.
later.
And so we pumped the fourth place team for.
Oh,
to
man,
finish
that's tough, eh?
Hey, we finished off with some pizzas, and I guess that's a positive we take away. Mina's unjustic moments when I stole his essay, so I'm just gonna cut that one out.
Matsuo, you got anything else?
Yeah, I actually do. It's a throwback to high school, when it was my first time ever playing for a Prem team. This was for the Prem volleyball team.
Oh, yes, that's right. I used to play Prem volley.
Yeah, so so just bear in mind, this is the first time I ever played any Prem sport.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't really a sporty guy, and yeah, I was training all year, and then come to the first time we went to West Auckland Champs.
Yeah.
The West Auckland Zone games.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was told I had to sit on the bench, and that actually was my position for like half the season. And I don't want to name any names, but Justin Milo took my spot.
Will you
And,
beat it? Just to clarify, that's Justin Suffer. But were you like, man, I'm better than half these guys? Or were you just
Say
like,
it. Say it with your chest.
You know the training I put in the off season.
you must have been changing? He goes, Jeff.
It seems like we all train hard in the off season.
Wait. How does the rotation work in a volley game? Like, do you actually get on? Or?
Yeah. You
Get some good minutes.
I think I just served the ball for like the first game.
Yeah.
But the thing that made it worse was that you know how the middle player is usually the tall one.
Yeah.
That does the short spikes. Justin's like 2 feet shorter than me.
Okay,
That
that's
says
unfair.
a lot
That-
about your ability as a volleyball player.
Yeah.
But I bet you could have stepped him out.
One out. Nah.
Oh, shout out to those.
Shout out Badman. That's our guy,
bad
man.
You know what? Just to wrap this up, sometimes life throws you a curveball,
Uh-huh.
and there's nothing you can do but duck
Just go
or
with
run
the ebbs
away.
and flows,
Okay.
Yeah.
But college sport, be better. Okay.
Man.
So is but that was, I thought that was really interesting, that 1A decision. Understanding the health and safety and stuff, but come on, like not even your best kicker versus the other best kicker, and
just
go,
goal
yeah.
kick.
yeah, goal kick to see who the first team to miss loses or whatever. But that's besides the point. That's my talking point for this week.
But then you dare get a concussion.
Yeah, hey. So
Stupid,
what's
man.
yeah?
Just
But
dumb.
that's a common rule. So you can only play, I think, a whole week. You can only play up to 90 minutes of rugby. So if you play, say, league or for club, altogether you can only play up to.
I swear
And
they
do you
don't
reckon
monitor
kids
that.
actually stick to that?
No.
Teachers
No.
are supposed to, coaches as well. But that's the rules here. Unfortunate though for LaSalle, they've put on a good season. It looks like Sacred might go all the way though.
Sacred, eh?
Shout out to Lepo.
Yeah.
I just thought about it now. I got a nice, simple, gentle moral dilemma.
Gentle.
Much better than climactic
Climactic.
climactic Jeff over
Gentle
there.
or climax?
So I thought about this before. Sorry, it was the other day, and I just want to know your guys' thoughts. So let's say your family own a Airbnb, right?
Yep.
And you invite all the boys over, to the Airbnb.
Yep.
Airbnb is free because you got the hookups for you.
Yep.
Do you think that you need to chip in with the boys for groceries and drinks and food and all that stuff? Or do you think, you
Because
should?
I provided
Yeah.
Airbnb,
So like
I
all the
shouldn't
boys
have
are
to pay
saying,
for
oh,
anything.
let's all chip in to get food and drinks and stuff, and you're here thinking, but I provided the Airbnb that is free for all of you. What's your thoughts?
Ooh.
That's a weird one.
Were you a part of a
You know-
situation like this? Or?
No. I just
Oh,
something I
okay.
thought of like.
Do you know what
thought
this reminds me of?
Matakana. Nah.
Oh, what happened to Matakana? Oh, no, this reminds me of me not paying for drinks, but I would sober drive everyone every weekend.
about. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And, yeah.
That was your right home. Yeah.
Yeah, that was alright home.
But what's your
But
thoughts?
this is, I see. That's interesting.
Because it's like kind of like opening up your home and then feeding all your boys while your wife slaves away in the kitchen while they're recording a podcast. But do you reckon that's a good one too? But they still don't still no transfers. Some drinks or something.
Also, we're still waiting for that count. We'll transfer.
Oh, that's cracked up.
Thanks, Fee.
Yeah, shout out to Fee.
Thanks,
Now
we
you put up
appreciate
with
it.
your
Wait,
husband.
but no. Honestly, if that was me, it's like, nah, you guys get the drinks.
Right.
Yeah.
But actually, it's weird because I didn't actually put any money in.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
see
you're
why.
not at-
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
But it's technically still kind of your
Because-
house
well,
because it's your family.
Because otherwise you wouldn't. Otherwise,
Have anywhere to
you
stay.
wouldn't have anywhere to go anyway.
Yeah.
So you would have to put in money. So
Did they still chip in for the Airbnb or not?
No. Like,
It's free.
It's
They get
free.
it for free
because it's through your
Yeah.
family.
for your mates,
Oh,
family.
yeah.
But
But
they're
the boys
saying,
know that you didn't pay anything. Eh?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're saying, oh, let's all chip in for food and drinks, and you're sitting there like, this is my Airbnb. Do you chip in or do you
I think it'll
do
be
you bring it
tough-
up and say,
It'll be a difficult conversation to have
With
not to chip in, eh? Like,
yeah.
because you'll be like, because I can't just say to you guys, nah, I got this. You guys should pay for everything else.
I feel like every friend group or every friendship group has that one person who's reasonable. To say like, oh boys, we should actually get the food and the drinks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris and his wife are the ones providing the
Yeah.
dinner constantly.
Still
Whilst
bringing
you're
it up.
sitting in here for hours upon hours talking nonsense. Sorry, I'm done. Moving on.
So what are you saying? Nah, you shouldn't have
No,
to?
I think like
You should.
Common courtesy?
You should use
as the friends,
your
we
initiative,
shouldn't.
eh?
Yeah, we shouldn't have I shouldn't be messaging Aaron.
Malo
If he's the
mafafao.
one who provided
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Airbnb. Eh?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Where you
yeah,
guys? where's
But
the
like
landing?
your friends aren't thinking like that, and
Yeah.
you're the owner of the Airbnb. What are you
Your
saying?
family. Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you saying, "Oh, boys, I actually
Ah.
provided the Airbnb for us," or are you just gonna swallow your pride and chip in?
I think I'd swallow my pride, eh?
That's tough.
Just
Yeah.
to avoid like a confrontation,
Yeah.
or like an uncomfortable conversation, which is
Nah.
not necessarily bad. I'll just like chip in, like
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
Is
just
that what you-
like
But then you'd
Just
hold
to enjoy
a
the
grudge
week.
against them for the rest of your
Yeah.
friendship. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You have to
kind of like what Chris does now.
yeah.
Boys,
Oh.
I'm free.
He literally just brings the stuff
Bring it up
up on the
6 months
podcast
later.
when we're talking.
I'm freed from it. I promise. I'm over it. I'm past it.
But yeah, just to avoid and to enjoy the weekend or whatever it is that you're getting away. Just chip in or
You
whatever.
know what? Because I know there's that friend in there, and I don't. You know who you are. The friend's like, "Well, no one told him to give it to us for free."
yeah, for sure.
That's that guy over there.
Sure.
That's the every
Right here.
that's the every technicality guy. That's that guy over there.
Oh man,
That's
that's
the most gift
technicality.
line
But
ever.
like,
honestly out of common courtesy, you offer. But like what Chris said, surely there's that one friend that just reads the whole situation and be like, "Nah, this guy offered the Airbnb. Surely we all pay for
The
the food and
Airbnb
drinks."
better be like five star.
But it's just somewhere to stay, right? Like at least
but
you're providing accommodation.
if that's my Airbnb, I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
I'm honestly bringing it up. There's more at risk for me. You
Right.
guys break something in the
Yeah,
house,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
paying
Yeah,
for that.
true.
not
I'm
you.
done.
So you bring it up before you guys go. Like,
Well, if they say, "Oh,
boys, I've got this. You guys got everything.
That's
else.
why you frame it in a way like, "Boys, I'll cover the Airbnb."
Yeah, there's no need. There's no need to tell them that it's your cousins or your aunties or whatever. You should be like,
But let's
I
say,
got,
they
but
just
let's
know
say
it's
one
your
of them
family
does
house.
find out.
get this. I got the accommodation. You guys pay the rest.
It's how you frame it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
that's just robbing your mates." Dude.
Oh well.
Be honest. Have you ever done that?
This whole conversation brings up about splitting the bill.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Do you see that?
Yeah,
video?
there's so many
was so
videos going
mucking
around
around.
on the internet about
About
splitting
what?
the bill when you go out with your
Well,
friends.
the
and
one
stuff.
that I saw that was viral was like, this group went out to dinner,
Mm.
right, at a really expensive restaurant, and like they ordered their food and stuff. But when the bill came, the guys were like, "Oh, I'm just paying for what I got."
Yeah.
But
Right.
like other people had ordered like heaps, and they're like, "Nah, let's just split it evenly." Is that- But I didn't eat.
I didn't
Yeah.
eat that
I
stuff.
didn't eat
Yeah.
that, or I didn't
Yeah,
drink
that's
that.
tough.
Well, yeah, what do you guys think about splitting the bill?
Split the bill. I'm sick of
Or-
paying for it.
Yeah.
Split the
Nah,
bill.
like-
Okay,
I think we've done this a few times. We go out for someone's birthday, then or maybe like once or twice, and then the boys
Yeah,
like
you split it between each other.
the boys. Yeah. So if it's your birthday, Aaron, like we got you. We'll split the bill between us.
Yeah.
but what
kind
if
of
it's
thing.
just a
Just a
a
catch
dinner
up.
catch up,
Just
dinner?
Just
No,
the
no,
catch up.
pay
Don't
your
order more than
Yeah,
more than you can
pay
afford.
for your own.
yeah, pay for your own.
Pay for your own, eh? Because then it avoids conflict. Like there could be somebody that orders 3 meals and you order your one, but you still like what you're just saying before,
You
right?
might not even eat.
Yeah.
You might just
Yeah.
get a drink or a coffee or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
yeah,
And
yeah.
there you are, set with like
Yeah, makes
a
sense.
$70 bill.
Yeah, yeah.
When you only ordered a $6 coffee.
But there are people out there that be like, "Nah, I got the bill." Only if you have the means. So don't be that guy and be a hero and be like, "I got us. Don't worry, boys." And then come Monday, yeah.
But to be honest, it's
But thank you, Harry.
to be honest, it's normally the person that orders the most that asks to split the bill.
Well, I've never asked. That's the thing is that I've never actually been like in a position where it's like, should we split it evenly?
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's always been like you just get what you.
What you
Yeah,
But-
it's more of an American
Yeah, it
thing,
is
eh,
an
to
American
split the
thing.
bill.
Well, like,
Because in New Zealand, you just pay for what you buy, for what you ordered, right?
and if you like, you know, just by chance, human error, I call it. You
Yeah.
know, you
Mm.
forget to pay for your
Yes.
hot wings at Denny's.
Right.
You know, sometimes you also will just grab it for you. I won't mention it ever again. Aaron. For 3 years, you wouldn't let it go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot to pay for the side of fries that I got.
Who's
It's
this?
like,
Yeah.
How do you-
Denny's.
what if
Now, what if you know you got $0 in your account?
Then I think.
Then what are you doing out?
Yeah.
stay home, man?
First of all, what are you doing out? But if you literally have $0 in your account,
Is
just
it?
be open and honest with your boys that you got no money.
Yeah.
But also, there's like bigger things you need to worry about.
There's some like,
There's some, you need to provide some answers if it's just zero. Like, I mean,
man,
I know times are tough, but zero is right across the board. Really?
Come on now.
come on, I don't care. Nah, I was
I
gonna
mean,
say.
I at least got $12 in there at some
I was
point.
gonna say I don't care if you go to overdraft. You better put But no, that's tough on some people. But
Yeah.
man, Interesting topic.
Yeah, like let's say everyone has paid for their food
Mhm.
and you're the last person to pay. And somebody, like what you said, forgot to pay for their hot wings.
Forgot
Right?
to
You
pay
know what you
for the
do?
hot wings.
What do you do? Do
You
just
pay for your food
it
and be like,
not
oh, he's
tell?
in the toilet. He's coming after. And then walk out. Because you technically didn't do anything wrong.
But then it's your photos that's hanging up on Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis.
Like, yeah, what do you pay for it and just hit up your also and say, nah, you have to transfer me this?
Depends what it
Or
is.
you
Aaron-
cover it.
No. I'll tell you this. So I done exactly that. Like we went at we had a feed somewhere. It's probably Denny's, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
I walked out after I thought I'd paid for everything, and then like Aaron was the last to pay,
Right.
and they're like, "Oh, you still got this? I think it was wings." Or
$40 steak.
And then he was like, "Oh, he was left of it." But credit to him, he didn't come running out like, "Sully, you forgot to pay for your food." Like
Right.
He just
they also
it.
paid for it, and then just reminded me for 3 years after. that.
I think it just depends on how much is left over on the bill. Like,
Yeah.
surely you're not gonna cover some. Surely one person
Oh,
can't
I'll cover it if it's under $50.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's reasonable.
Oh,
But
20?
But if it's a pattern,
If
then
it's a repeat thing.
then that's something
That's a
different.
setback. $50. Wow.
Sorry, just on one last thing on this splitting the bill thing. I saw one other video with a guy who went out with his missus and her friends, right? And the missus had an argument with the guy because he wouldn't pay for all of her friends' meals and drinks and stuff.
Because it was her birthday,
He would,
right?
yeah, because it was her
Oh.
birthday.
That's the
So,
video. I was
sorry,
talking
that's
about.
the context. It's her birthday. He goes out with them, but he refuses to pay for their food and their drinks, but will only pay for hers. What do you guys think about that situation? Because I find that would be so tough too, right?
And their friends are like calling him broke.
Yeah,
right?
the
Why
friends
he
are
broke?
literally
That's such an
calling him
American
out,
thing. Yeah.
saying that he's broke, saying that he's not a man because he's not covering the bill.
Do you okay? Did I invite them out?
Yeah.
Like, hey, come, we're going out
For
we're going
free,
for dinner
yeah,
for
Thing's
so and so's
birthday,
birthday. Then it's a different story if you're not clear, right?
Right.
If you're like, we're going out, but it's pay your own, so come if you want.
Yeah.
If she just invited them, then again, don't save hoes, I save my money.
Then she should pay.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
tough
'cause
though.
let's say it's because it's your partner's, your wife, it's your
Mm.
spouse's friends. Like I think that adds a different element to it, right? Like I don't know. Personally, I'll be stuck in that situation. I wouldn't know what to do.
If
to
I'm
be
going
honest.
out with my wife and their friends, then like shoot me. No, like if I'm the only guy there,
Yeah.
like take the card and do
Yeah,
thing.
right.
That's weird anyway.
Yeah, that is weird.
Like
I
as like does my wife's friends and their partners, are they there? Then yeah, sweet. We're going
Yeah.
for a birthday. Yeah, I think it's fair that you shout.
You
them.
shout, yeah.
Right.
But if it's like
If you're tagging along,
if you're taking
to
along,
their hangout, then
you that's
need
when whoever
yeah.
that guy is, you need to
then you're
get it sorted.
Yeah.
then you better pay because you shouldn't be there anyways. Nah, I think I would pay.
Mm.
Wow.
But if it was friends that were over every week,
You're right.
they could pay over.
Yeah.
Like
Remember,
every week on
fair.
on a Monday night. in the studio recording a podcast.
Yeah, nah, but if they were like over every weekend or whatever they did, man, I think you'll be comfortable enough to be like, can you pay your own?
Yeah,
I'm still
right.
wondering what the boyfriend's doing there in the first
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
That's weird.
We're their
That is
boyfriends.
weird. It is weird. But yeah, he was out with them and he got called all
Yeah.
sorts of you're broke, you're not a man, and I was just like, just because he refuses to pay
Yeah,
for your
but
guys'-
wouldn't you rather avoid a fight on her birthday than to be like
It's something you hit
They
her up
will
on when you
fork
get
out
home.
like $1,000. Nah,
If-
I'm not paying for that.
Well,
Heck no.
like,
Mm.
do you reckon it hurt his pride?
They
Like-
probably will weigh. But remember, pride's nothing when you go. Pride,
What power?
zip out. Nah,
But
pride's not gonna feed you the next week when you got nothing
Exactly.
in your account.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pride's not gonna be there to pick
Mhm.
you up when you got no gas.
That
I'm
would
not.
just
I'm
be
not
an
there to impress her friends.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
are you broke? Well, oh yeah, I'll take my
But
card.
what if she
Nah,
asked
mate.
you to pay for the friend's stuff?
prior to the?
Nah, like when you're like, oh babe, can you cover my friend's food and drinks?
Then
I'll
you
be
do
like-
Kevin Hart, so you
That's
see
when
how
you're
my
like,
account's set up.
you just had to suck it up and do it.
Nah,
right?
I'll do that at that point. Of course. Like, if she asks you, like, you know, Han, it's my birthday. Come on.
Right, yeah.
You gotta,
I
You're
think
like,
you'll be
oh.
obliged. Yeah.
you'd have to.
Honestly, yeah. Put in the comment section how you'll deal with all these situations. But
Where's this landing with everyone?
I just think it's
It'll be interesting how girls would feel about it too.
yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, I guess the learning from this is, one, don't go out with your girl and her friends.
In the first
Yeah,
place.
that's
Yeah.
just weird.
That's weird. Two, don't let your wife sleep with her ex.
Yeah.
Not even for $1 million.
Not even if she has a terminal illness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, are we comprehending?
We're in
this?
agreement, yes. For sure.
And three, I guess probably the most important. Justin, Mina called you out. So when you're back in NZs, you can come see us and sort them out, okay?
Meet me at the Coliseum.
Oh yeah, did you see
Nah,
that? They're not
hybrids.
fighting anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, that's weird. So what's actually happening?
Well, Elon apparently hasn't gotten back to Zuckerberg, so
He's
Zuckerberg
ducking
is,
smoke, man.
yeah,
I
Elon is
told
ducking
you.
smoke. So
Zuckerberg was smoking.
yeah, Zuckerberg is like, nah, I'm just sick of his antics. I'm not gonna pursue this anymore. If he knows where I am, that's pretty
Sounds
much
like
what
a
he
man
said.
ready to fight.
It
He's
sounds
ready.
like because from what Elon released when he was saying that it would be streamed on like meta platforms on X and stuff, but from what Zuckerberg said, it sounds like he actually wanted the UFC or like an organization like the
Oh,
UFC
so
Right.
to back there.
To- yeah.
Oh, true.
to
Honestly.
be involved in that.
That's crazy, man.
And then
And
Elon.
how ironic,
randomly-
Rich billionaires fighting at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard Elon Musk asked like the Italian president or something to
Yeah, apparently.
change the venue or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what he says.
Yeah.
yeah. But then
Whatever.
Elon Musk randomly got a random injury, like recently. So
Ducking.
Zuckerberg is.
He's probably
he
tripped
knows
up
he's
on all his
ducking-
millions.
Yeah. So- but that was interesting.
And that's how bored they are.
Yeah, for
That's-
sure.
That's when you have
They've
too
got too much
money.
money, eh? Too much money.
Too much money, too much time.
We could do with some of that. So if you know any sponsors, we'd love to partner. We're thinking local businesses, really.
You can leave your products on our table.
Yeah.
Product placement.
We'll probably call you out next week.
Right here.
Oh, anyways, boys, thanks for the chat as always. Good to catch up.
Good to catch up as
Have a
always,
laugh.
brother.
Yeah.
Until next time, eh?
Until next time, as always, please continue to like, share, subscribe on all our platforms on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're on Threads now as well, so catch us on there. And we're about to jump onto X now. I'm just making this. I'm just
Did you
creating
say
more
Facebook?
more work for Mina. Yes, we are on Facebook. You Decide Podcast. Find us, like our videos, share it with your mom, your dad, your aunties, and your uncles.
It was good to have you on, Mina.